control of the House of Representatives and then immediately, and perhaps temporarily, lost control of the House when a Republican House member suddenly resigned, bringing the number of Republican seats in the House down to 217, with 9 more House elections yet to be decided. Resignations from the House of Representatives are rare. Even more rare are resignations when a House member is under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. The resignation stops the investigation. That is what Congressman Matt Gaetz hoped to achieve by his sudden resignation today while under investigation by the House Ethics Committee for possible involvement in sexual misconduct and drug use. Most members of Congress who resign while under investigation are never heard from again in government, except possibly at their criminal trials. Donald Trump promised we will be hearing from Matt Gaetz again by announcing him as the choice for the next Trump Attorney General. Matt Gaetz is the single most inappropriate selection for Attorney General in the history of that office at the time of his selection. Republican President Richard Nixon's first Attorney General, John Mitchell, was, of course, the worst Attorney General in history since he was convicted of crimes committed while serving as Attorney General. But at the time of his selection, John Mitchell appeared to be just another Republican establishment lawyer going into a Republican administration. Unlike Matt Gaetz, John Mitchell was not under an ethics investigation when he was selected to be Attorney General. John Mitchell had never been the subject of a federal criminal investigation of sex trafficking as Matt Gaetz was. John Mitchell had never been arrested for drunk driving as Matt Gaetz was. As shocked as Washington was yesterday with the Trump choice of a Fox weekend host for Secretary of Defense, the shock was even greater today, including among Republicans. There is no Republican member of the House of Representatives who is hated, and I mean hated, by more Republican members than Matt Gaetz. Here's the reaction of Republican Congressman Max Miller.
I just think it's silly. I believe that the president is probably rewarding him for being such a loyal soldier to the president. But the president is smart enough and his team is smart enough to know that Mr. Gaetz will never get confirmed by the Senate. Mr. Gaetz breaks things to break things, and then once he breaks it even more. And that is somebody who should not be the Attorney General of the United States.
Kevin McCarthy, who was driven out of the speakership by Matt Gaetz, said this.
I'll give you the truth why I'm not Speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
The Democrats in the Senate will no doubt want to hear from Kevin McCarthy as a witness at Matt Gaetz' Senate confirmation hearing. The Senate confirmation hearing for Attorney General will be run by the 91-year-old new chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, who has become a rubber stamp for all things Trump in the Senate. But Matt Gaetz is already in trouble trying to get a majority vote in the Senate, with Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski telling NBC News today, it will be a significant challenge for Gaetz to win enough votes to be confirmed. I don't think it's a serious nomination for the Attorney General. That's Lisa Murkowski's view, Murkowski said. He's got his work cut out for him, added Senator Joni Ernst, Republican of Iowa. Senator John Cornyn said the Senate will have to consider any nominee by the president seriously, but we also have a constitutional responsibility. Senator Susan Collins, Republican of Maine, sounded a note of skepticism. Obviously, the president has the right to nominate whomever he wishes, but I'm certain that there will be a lot of questions, she said. Collins said the ethics probe will be one of the issues that's going to be raised because, as I understand it, there's an active investigation by the House Ethics Committee. Well, there was an active investigation when the senator was saying that, but hours later, that investigation was ended by Matt Gaetz' resignation. A year ago, Matt Gaetz said the world is not ready for an Attorney General, Matt Gaetz.
Enforce the law and provide the accountability, not just the vision, but the actual accountability. The people that are sending you those messages deserve that in a free and just and constitutional republic.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And I like that. I like that. Attorney General Matt Gaetz. Are you kidding me? Man.
The world is not ready. Probably. Certainly Senate confirmation wouldn't be.
Punchbowl News is reporting tonight that the House Ethics Committee was going to vote on Friday, just 2 days from now, on releasing a report of its investigation of Matt Gaetz. That vote might never take place, and that report might never be seen. But between now and Matt Gaetz' Senate confirmation, every reporter in Washington will be trying to get a leaked copy of that report. To protect Matt Gaetz, every Republican member of the House will have to defend suppressing that ethics committee report. Every Republican senator who wants to vote for Matt Gaetz' confirmation will have to defend suppressing that ethics report about Matt Gaetz. Every Republican senator will have to insist that they want less information about Donald Trump's nominee for Attorney General than is available. The Trump team has said that they want to abolish background checks for jobs in the Trump administration. Now we know why. In a normal investigation of a nominee for Attorney General, the background check is done by the FBI. That's the FBI doing a background check of their future boss. The FBI already knows a lot about Matt Gaetz from its criminal investigation of a friend of Matt Gaetz who is now serving time for sex trafficking. That information should be included in the FBI's background report that is normally provided to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Now we know why. Donald Trump said the other day he wants to bypass the confirmation process for his nominees. Donald Trump wants possibly unconfirmable nominees like Matt Gaetz to take their positions in the administration through recess appointments. A recess appointment is possible only when the Senate is in recess for at least 10 days. Then, in the event of what's supposed to be an emergency vacancy that has to be filled, the president can appoint someone without Senate confirmation. That appointment is only good for approximately 18 months to a maximum of 2 years until the next Congress is sworn in. Matt Gaetz was promised a recess appointment before he was publicly chosen by Senator Rick Scott of Florida, who was one of the candidates for Republican Majority Leader of the Senate. Rick Scott was the only one of the three candidates who immediately said, quote, 100% agree to Donald Trump's demand for recess appointments. Rick Scott came in last today in the closed-door secret election for Senate Majority Leader, in which only Republican senators voted. John Thune, the heir apparent of Mitch McConnell from South Dakota, was elected Majority Leader by Republicans in sharp and full defiance of Elon Musk. 3 days ago, Elon Musk, who has never expressed a view on Senate leadership elections before, said, "Rick Scott for Majority Leader!" exclamation point. He also said then, "Senator Thune is the top choice for Democrats." He was right about Senator Thune. Most Democratic senators would prefer John Thune as the Republican leader. Here's Democratic Senator Mark Warner today.
I've worked with John Thune on a lot of things, even like our first TikTok bill together. Again, I don't agree with John Thune on everything, and he's going to have to work. He's got a challenge to work with the president-elect and his caucus. But the thing about John Thune is, he's partisan, but he's always a decent guy, and that, I think, kind of basic decency is something that I imagine will be tested, but I'm looking forward to working with him.
So Elon Musk, the Senate lobbyist, lost big time today. Elon Musk lobbied Republicans in the Senate on Majority Leader, and Elon Musk lost. His candidate came in last out of the three candidates. And Matt Gaetz' chance of getting a recess appointment to Attorney General just dropped from 100% with Rick Scott to no better than 50% with John Thune as Senate Majority Leader. John Thune might turn out to be as weak as Rick Scott and bend to every Trump demand. But as of tonight, we know two things about the incoming Senate Majority Leader. John Thune, like most Republicans, doesn't want Matt Gaetz to get a recess appointment. And he doesn't want Matt Gaetz to become Attorney General. He's not going to say those things out loud, but that is obvious about a senator like John Thune. That doesn't mean John Thune won't end up voting for Matt Gaetz' confirmation in the end. But John Thune might, just might, try to work the secret magic that a majority leader can use to slow down a nomination or kill a nomination without his fingerprints being at the scene of the crime. Majority leaders have many ways of doing that invisibly. At the end of Donald Trump's second impeachment trial, Senator Thune said, "My vote to acquit should not be viewed as exoneration for his conduct